Battle Through the Heavens. Chapter 56. Enrollment Standards for the prestigious Jianan Academy. Following the tense encounter at the clan gate, the excitement for the Foundation Elixirs auction reaches a fever pitch across Wutan City. Amidst the deafening roar of the crowd, Xiaoyan follows his father into the auction house's VIP passage, leaving the chaos behind. As the atmosphere settles, the conversation shifts toward a new horizon that will soon challenge every young cultivator's destiny.
The Mitre auction house was a madhouse. Xiaoyan felt the roar of the crowd vibrate in his chest. It sounded like a million flies were trapped in his ears. Xiaozan led them away from the noise and through the VIP passage. The air grew still as they entered the auction room. It was far quieter inside. Xiaozan marched toward the front and took a seat near the stage. Xiaoyan slumped into a chair near the end of the row. He leaned his head against the wood and closed his eyes.
Sister, is the enrollment for Jianan Academy coming up in 6 months?
Xiaoning leaned in, his voice sharp with excitement. Xiaoyan's brow twitched at the name. Everyone knew Jianan. It was a legendary school of Dou Qi. Their power was massive. People said you had to be at least a Da Dou Qi just to teach there. If that were true, the academy was even stronger than the Yunlan sect. An academy was different from a sect. In a sect, you were bound for life. Your actions represented the name of your masters. But an academy let you walk away after you graduated. Of course, students usually felt a debt to the place where they grew up. When thousands of graduates all across the continent decided to help their old school at the same time, the power they could move was terrifying. That was exactly what the academy wanted. It was the best place to find techniques and manuals. If a student was lucky or talented enough to catch a teacher's eye, they might even get a high-level manual. With that kind of power, a man was halfway to becoming a true master. Techniques, manuals, and pills were the 3 things everyone craved. Jianan Academy had 2 of them. Every student who made it through their doors had a clear path to a bright future. Every major faction on the continent fought to hire their graduates. But the gates were hard to pass. You had to be an 8-star Dou Qi before the age of 18. That rule cut out anyone without real talent. Xiaoyu nodded at the question. She glanced at Xiaoyan, her chin lifting with pride.
Do not worry. You already qualify. Besides, the person in charge of recruitment for Wutan City is my own mentor. She is a 5-star Da Dou Qi. With me helping you, you are as good as in.
Xiaoning grinned.
That is what I like to hear.
Xiaoyan listened to them and shrugged. If he were the same boy he was a year ago, he would have jumped at the chance. But he had Yao Lao now. A mysterious teacher was worth more than any school.
Xiaoyan, aren't you going to try out?
Sooner, asked softly. Xiao Yu turned her head, waiting for an answer. She already had a plan. If Xiao Yan tried to join, she would make sure her mentor gave the brat a hard time. Xiao Yan rubbed his nose and let out a long breath.
No interest. Why would I want to sit in a room full of children? If I want a new technique, I will go find a treasure in the mountains. It is more exciting.
Xiao Yu's face went cold.
You are far too arrogant. You think the academy is begging for you? There are plenty of talents like you at Jianan. If you stay away, it is for the best. With your attitude, you would only get crushed anyway.
Xiaoyan did not bother to argue. He had less than 2 years before his duel with Nalan Yanran. His only goal was to beat her. The gap between them was still wide. He did not believe the academy could bridge that gap faster than Yao Lao. If they could not help him win that fight, why waste the time? Could they teach him alchemy? Did they have the skill of his master? He shook his head and looked away. The other 2 major families were filing into the room. Xiaoyan felt a cold stare boring into him. He looked up and saw Jia Li Ao. The young master of the Jia Li clan was glaring at him with a nasty smirk. Jia Li Ao's eyes wandered over Shuner for a moment, before snapping back to Xiaoyan. His lips moved, silent but clear.
The Zhao family trash finally grew up? Do not let me catch you alone in the city, or else.
Xiaoyan watched him laugh. He did not say a word. He just smiled back, his eyes narrowing into cold slits.